Okay, should be recording. So we can bring the game back up. And yes, I'm finally back in Darksiders II Deathinitive Edition. Not so much because it hasn't been a busy week, but because I don't feel like not being in it yet again.
This is
yeah,
the tale.
it has been a busy week. But let's let Growfather talk. It's been a while anyway.
Corruption gives way to nothingness. Here the past echoes forward. Take this, says the horseman's mother, and you will find my lord.
Okay. Where do I need to go? I'm in the past. I know that. But, yeah, got plenty of things I can talk about, and hopefully I will remember the control. Yep. Nope. There. Oh, hello. How is this guy taking so many hits? And the camera is killing me. The camera is, in fact, killing me. Sworn it was he. Yeah, it is. It just... He was elevated enough that it wouldn't work. How annoying is that? So yeah, I got a number of things to mention, one of which you may or may not realize. I don't know how big an impact it's going to have on this. I'm actually using a release candidate for OBS instead of the currently available version. Get to here. There's a way to open the game. So, mainly I did it because they finally put in the ability to do screenshots in OBS, which is very good because kind of need that if I'm going to be doing the stuff with Crisis Remastered, which I have not been able to put as much time into as I had hoped. Just things have been coming up, and I've not been feeling great. Yeah, because it's like that's an Epic Game Store thing, and there is no built-in way to via the Epic Game Store to take a screenshot, and I can't go this way. Guess, according to that, I've been through both doors. Although, have I been through? No, I probably haven't. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, the screenshot thing is nice, because that allows me to deal with the Epic Games Store not being able to take screenshots normally. At some point we'll do more with that, but, like, I don't need it now because this is a Steam game. But also something is they have integrated, and there's a number of changes, but they integrated it's called RNN. It's an open source AI-based noise suppression system. If you know about the RTX voice thing, think that, except it's not proprietary and limited to NVIDIA. Hang on. I keep wanting to hit button because I'm used to controls and other things. Now I haven't been using it for very long, and I did have, yeah, the Serious Sam 4, the day one video the day one update video I did was the second video in that I did, and there was a crash at the end. That could be driver, that could have been game, or it could have been OBS. There was a driver crash, from what I could tell, but It could have been caused by any of those, so. But now I'm not worried about it. And that works as leading to Combat Series M4, which I did enjoy. It was fun. There was some... I stand by what I said in the gameplay section, obviously. Not that long ago. But that, yeah, there's some spots where it's like, it would be nice if the, if you had health drops. And I forgot there is no running in this game. Do not press shift. There. But man, it still is. That last level is just like, we could do this better. We could definitely do this better. But largely, it was a lot of fun. But man, I did have to rewrite that graphics section though, because the update changed so much between the optimizations, between performance, the texture stuff, and even in the graphics quality analysis video I did, I want to say I was even speculating then that this might be a bug. And it's like, yeah, it looks like it was. But now it also, I didn't mention this in the review, it warns me, even with the 8 gig on this card, on my RX 580, it says that, you know, at Ultra, this is going to take up potentially more VRAM than you have. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's just a generic thing where it's like, it says that regardless of how much VRAM you have, but still, just, it looks very good. Ultra kicking it up even higher could be interesting. And whenever I do the performance analysis, that will be after playing through Crisis. I need to restart that effort. Was having some weird graphical issue, but I realized later what it was. Fortunately, I did the one before. You can have Windows 10 set up to basically monitor certain folders and not allow files in them to be edited except by applications you allow. Well, the thing is, you need to set that up for a game, like so it can save the games. I realized, oh, that's probably why the graphics were a little weird, because Crisis Remastered wants to save compiled shaders in the same folder. So it didn't have access to the folder, it couldn't save them, so it was doing something else. Okay, so this is, you get to that in the past. That situation. And I know that the thing is right there. There's also one up there, but I still want to explore a little bit. Hello. Goodbye. Alright, so that's just like a normal teleport point, not one that'll send me through time. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to mention with the Serious Sam. I mean, it is true. I do hope to replay it at some point, but it will probably wait. Wait a bit. You know, I'd like to, you know, wait until I got a newer graphics card in here, more powerful graphics card, so that I don't need any graphics compromises. But it also, seriously, that low plus configuration that I talked about in the review, it was basically started low and just turned a few things up. It really looked good. I'm looking forward to trying to find that same point with Crisis Remastered. Oops. I didn't realize I needed to jump. Of course, the big news this week. I'm gonna make it. I am gonna make it. Oh. Actually, it might be that you're not. Well, no. No. Okay. Just trying to think of different possibilities. No, you just do that. It's not a you can come back and go that way. Oh, I'm just down here. So then why? I must have missed something. I can head back. The big news was obviously Microsoft coming up with a deal to purchase Bethesda, well, ZeniMax, which owns Bethesda, as well as Machine Games, id. No, there's nothing else over here. Arcane, and the various IP, which would be Doom, Wolfenstein, Prey, Dishonored, Elder Scrolls, and Fallout. Which it is interesting that some people are... I mean, it's understandable that the concern that, oh, how are they going to change things? But it's, like, I can't help but think, maybe we'll have a Bethesda game launched that doesn't have more bugs in it than, a... Can't think of it now. What's the name of the thing that where you go to, like, an entomology department? And they deserve that. I mean, come on. There are still bugs in the Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. I don't have Fallout 4, so I can't speak to the bugs there, but, I mean, it's, come on. It's bad. And that is completely there on them. Fallout 4, I'm sure, also still has plenty of bugs. So, yeah. Because, ideally what will happen, and I think there's a reason to believe this is what will happen, is it's just those developers are now going to have access to tremendously more resources than they had before. I mean, it is, after all, Microsoft purchased Mojang. Minecraft doesn't seem to have suffered from that. Oh, this is bad for me. Actually, maybe it is. Okay, no, this is bad. Because I can't move around, the camera's still crap. He sure seemed like he was being knocked around because he was dead. Well, this is bad for me. I mean, obviously with Minecraft, there has been more focus on the Bedrock version, which is what the Windows 10 version is, Pocket Edition, console version, but Java is still getting developed, so it's... Okay, that doesn't seem... The number of shots that thing was still able to send off because of how that attack worked. Okay. It might not make any... Still feel like doing it. So it's like, let's see what happens. I know there is that tendency of people that whenever one large company purchases something that you like, it's a, oh, they're going to destroy it. It's like, well, I don't... I mean, true, I don't follow that aspect of the games industry too closely, but it does seem like Microsoft has been a fair steward of that which it has purchased, so I don't know if we really need to be too afraid. At least as far as the games go. I mean, obviously, if you want to bring up something else, so it's like, oh no, we don't like what they did with, say, GitHub because they purchased that. It's like, okay, that's fine, but that's not the games. That's a completely different department in Microsoft, so it's going to be different people making those decisions. But yeah, let's just see, you know, what comes to be. That's a little annoying. Okay, this is a problem. Because I can't do anything about that. He is somewhere I cannot reach now. And I don't want to explore too far because I might end up attracting another enemy. Me. Ow. Son of a... I have to just do other stuff. I mean, he is immortal right now. There is basically nothing I can do to him that would not put me in greater risk. Okay. Maybe I can... At least now I actually do have a way to escape the shots. I don't think I killed him. Hang on. What the? Okay. Maybe I did? I don't think I did. No, apparently I did. Alright, I think I know what I need to do here. I'm just thinking. Yeah, that figures. Another one of these guys. And more. Ah, shit. Here. Yeah, let's... that. What level am I now? So this, which I would like to use, is still level. Actually, trying to charge it up, it won't. Here we go. Not sure why I wasn't letting it do that. There. Okay, that worked. Oh, did the other guys fall in? That would be nice. Oh, no, they're right there. At least I'm able to just juggle this guy. Alright. Okay. There. This is actually kind of neat, if I am doing this correctly. I think I am. Nope. He's supposed to be grabbing it. Hang on, let me back. But you're supposed to throw it from one to the other through the fork. And he's just totally whiffing. What the hell? Ah. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me. Might be that I charged it up, and that's causing problems. That shouldn't be, though, because that's a very reasonable thing to expect the player to do. Yeah, that's all. So yeah, that could have used a little bit of redesign. It's not that bad, but it would have been appropriate. See anything starting to get too far away. I don't think there's anything left to do. There. So we can head back. There. I'm trying to remember what other stuff we have to talk about. You do see that, hey, it changed. Talking about Sim 4 already. There's also the second custom mechanical keyboard build. The article on that went live, which I'm definitely glad about, because I really did enjoy putting that together. I wish I could be using it right now. It's like I'm still working on the I'm still using the silk yellows in the NK65, and here's my thinking: when I finish up with them, which will probably be after the Serious Sam and Crisis Remastered performance analyses, I'll do the write-up on the silk yellows, then pull them out and put the creams, the novelty creams in, which are also linear switches. Then after that, I will go back to using, well, I will go to using the, that is not what I meant to do, actually. Then I will go the one-up keyboards build. So that's with the 1up60 HSE PCB and the 2-plate case, which I do like. I like the look of it. And also using the drop keycaps, which I like. That's one of the reasons I want to just reach over and start using the other keyboard, because it's right there. But I can't, because like, no, I have to focus on the yeah, so the hell? Why did it just like give me a you solved a puzzle sound? Very weird. But my thinking is I will get back to that at that point. You know what? Son of a bitch! You know what? Screw it. Good. Yep, it still did summon that thing. Let me do that. Worst camera ever. Would you stop doing that? I picked a target. I want you to stay on the target. Why are you changing the target? Okay, and this is just bullshit now. I'm sorry, it's like that thing should have been grabbing him. I don't care that the steps are in the way. Now I'm gonna head back and get the potion. yeah, going back to the keyboard, I do look forward to going back then. Yeah, my plan is I will go back to it, do like, you know, the 2-3 weeks on that, like I'm trying to do with the silks and will do with the cream. But yeah, do the like 2-3 weeks on that, and then I will take it apart. And I don't think I'll bother lubricating the switches. I might. It depends. It really does depend, because you know, just can I get something to more easily open them up, for one thing. I might do that, but mainly I want to do the stabilizer mods. So that's the I talked about it in the article. Lubricating them, also the Band-Aid mod, because that should definitely help with the spacebar not always returning, and also the noise, because there is a definite clacking kind of sound to when pressing the stabilized. But man, it is so nice to type. Not that these aren't. Not that these aren't. The silks. They are nice. I do like them. But it's... How would I put it? I put this in the notes. At times it feels like I'm not typing on the switches, I'm typing just on the keycap. That they are that light of switches and that effortless to depress, to use. Which, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That can be exactly what you want. That's just not necessarily what I want, because I commonly bottom out. So a heavier switch makes sense for me, but it's also just these keycaps, I swear. I know it sounds weird, but I do believe that these keycaps are louder than the drop. Even though they're both the double strap PBT, but something to the design. That's another thing I might look into getting, actually, is you can get one of the other mods that you can do with, well, it's not the stabilizer, but you can do with the space bar and potentially other keys, I guess, where you actually put a foam in the keycap itself to make that noise less, to dampen it. And it's like, sure, I will give that a try. I'll want to look to see what kind of foam it's supposed to be, things like that. But it's like, I really do like the idea of at some point just like diving in and going full bore. I don't know how to get over there. Full bore, let's mod this thing. Ah, okay, here's how here's how. And I think I talked about doing it in the article? I hope so. There's one thing that I've also been working on. I'm basically done, and I don't want to, you know, go much further, because this looks like a boss fight. Oh, wait. Well, yes, it is a boss fight area. I think if I'm remembering correctly, because you do encounter Samael. It's in the past, though, so it might be I come up here, I have a thing, I go into the past, and I think I might need to fight him. I don't remember if I do or not, but there's a talk there. Anyway, the thing I was talking about, because yeah, I'm saved, I'm going to stop now, so I do need to get to other things. Is that an article talking about flashing firmware using the QMK controller, using VIA, and also, oh, there's another update I see for Series M4. Maybe not, actually, because I just saw there's updates to other things as well. Nope, there's a 1.01 hotfix. Okay. Of course, this video doesn't come out until Saturday, and I'm recording on Friday, so that's not so helpful, but this update takes care of nagging crashes related to older drivers and hardware, as well as various stability issues. So that crash that I encountered, maybe it's going to be fixed by that hotfix, that thing I encountered at the end of the day one update, in that video, because there was one other crash that I suffered in the game. That might have been a logic thing, which still hopefully would be fixed. Is fixed. I'm not sure. I did submit that, though. I did send that in, so that should be, at least they know about it. But yeah, getting back to the QMK article talking about flashing, which went a lot faster, was a lot easier than I was expecting it, because flashing firmware, that is an intimidating concept to me, and I think to many other people, but it's like, I did that, and it's like, it's done already? It really was that easy, that painless. Thank you to the community of custom mechanical keyboards that they have made these tools that easy to use. Of course, VIA is much easier to use even, but also doing some custom QMK stuff itself, where you go into the source code and tweak things. I had some fun with that. I don't think I did anything that's all that special, all that novel. It's, things that I saw that you can do in the documentation. It's like, hey, I want to try doing this too. I want to see if I can get this working, and I did. But I think that there are things that have gotten the keyboard into a state that I think is basically where one would want it to be. That the average person, there's definitely more advanced stuff like macros that's, like complex macros that's like, no, I'm probably not going to do that. I don't know C well enough to try that. I don't know C well enough to do half the things I was doing. But I think I got it pretty well covered, different things that you may want to do, and it was fun. I enjoyed doing it. I really did. So I hope that article can be all finished and out and all that soon. Anyway, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to mention. Nothing is coming to mind. Oh, there was one thing that I actually do kind of want to mention. Just it brought back a memory for me, and maybe it will for others. There's a game that THQ announced. I don't. It was sometime this week though, when I wrote it up in the roundup thing. That Aquanox Deep Descent, and it was interesting to look at that video because I remember playing the original Descent, which was I think it was the first 6-axis control game. And look it up. Look it up. It's also one of Volition's older games, so the same place that is doing the Saints Row franchise. Also Red Faction. Descent isn't even okay. Actually, no. As I think about that now, it's a little wonky. The original team, yes. But Volition, I want to say it's something like it came about afterwards, but it was like from the original team that worked on Descent, kind of went to two other teams, two separate teams. Volition is one of them, and Volition, at least they claim that they are the original, that they are the ones I created. But I want to say when I looked it up, like the name, the studio name was different kind of thing. But anyway, I remember that, and it's like looking at, there was a gameplay trailer that if you look at it on Steam, it shows that it's like, man, that is bringing back memory. And if you can remember that game, maybe look. Speaking of other games you might remember, GOG now has some Konami classics like Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, and a Castlevania and Contra bundle. Which is neat. I got Castlevania and Contra on the NES or SNES Classic, so I can always play them there. At some point I want to do Castlevania, I don't want to do Contra so much. Those games have too much of a reputation of being hard, and that's not why I play games. And I at some point maybe I'd want to do more Metal Gear games, but you can go back to some classics. But I don't have enough investment in that franchise right now to do that. Though I will say, because I did play and review Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom, I did enjoy that a lot. I will say that. Okay, I should really just wrap this up. Stop talking and all that. So, yeah, I will be stopping now. I do just want to once again mention with the OES release candidate, version 26 release candidate, the neural network thing, the RNN neural network for the noise suppression, it really did, when I did a quick test for it the other day, it really was working nicely. So if you do video capture stuff and have a mic, maybe check that out. If nothing else, just make sure you pay attention to the release, because with version 26 coming out, there's some good stuff there. That is one. The screenshots is another. It would be nice if there was some more controls there, but man, more things like setting them to go in a different place, changing how they're named, things like that. but it saves as a PNG in the same file, in the same folder, not the same file, same folder as wherever it's recording to. It does not need you to be recording at the same time. I do know that. So yeah, that is super nice. Oh, you can also have it do a specific. Let me actually quickly pull that up. Screenshot output. So right now that would be this whole image. Could also do screenshot selected source. So I don't have something here that would work. Well, here, let me quickly do something like this. Oh, that'll work well. Okay. So with that there, with screenshot selected source, as long as I had Darksiders 2 selected, I'd be able to take a screenshot and the text would not be there. And it's just, I'm pretty sure that's how that would work. I haven't experimented with that. But still, that's a pretty neat idea, especially for somebody that if you do have overlays, like if you are streaming and you have an overlay there of chat or whatever. I don't do that stuff, but I know that kind of stuff exists. That could be really, really helpful because, like, oh, I want a screenshot of this, but I don't want the chat window there. Well, you can hit that button and get it. I don't fully know because I don't go deep into that kind of stuff. I just record stuff and put it up. But I'm definitely glad to finally be able to capture screenshots for games on the Epic Games Store, like Crisis Remastered, which I'll get to very soon, maybe later today. It depends. I should shut up now, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. See you next week.